InfoHub is coming to you today from Berbice, where government took its services to the people in the region. But first, let's tell you that Cabinet held its first meeting in the region since the coalition came to office in 2015.
Acting President Moses Nagamutu this morning held Cabinet in Region 6 East Berbice Currentine. This, of course, is the very first time that the coalition government has ventured outside of Georgetown to hold a Cabinet.
The meeting of ministers is symbolic in the sense that it is grounding with the people, rooting with the communities, going back to the geographic locations that have elected some of the members of the parliament, and they have representation from these geographic areas.
It is exciting times, and I think it is a very, very good initiative that we have agreed upon, and we expect to get into other regions in due course.
I think it is brilliant. It's just keeping in what we said, that we are government for the people. And this is bringing government to the people here in Berbice. We just don't only sit down in Georgetown. The government goes around the country. So I think it's brilliant. It's nothing surprising or nothing strange. It was all in the planning.
To return to Berbice, it's good to return as a full cabinet to Berbice. I'm very sorry His Excellency is not here, but I'm quite certain that the people within the Region 6 would feel the government and understand that we are about what we say. We said that we are government for the people, and this is one of the ways in which we are showcasing to the people that the compound of the presidency does not lock us in, that we're willing to come out and to come and do work even in their region.
From State House in Region 6, Felicia Valenzuela, InfoHub.
Meanwhile, at the University of Guyana's Tain campus, residents of Berbice showed up in their numbers to have various concerns addressed as the government's outreach got underway from 10 hours. Representatives from over 22 government ministries and agencies were present to assist the public.
As the government of Guyana continues its outreach program of bringing government to the people, we here at the InfoHub team have decided to come to the ancient county of Berbice, where we will hear from those persons who have been impacted by this program.
The experience here is wonderful so far. I've learned some things about agri. That's why I'm here, to check and see why some seeds in particular weren't growing with me. And so I got some tips that I'm eagerly waiting to try.
My concern will come to raise about, I think I'm going to get through this time because I suffered too long with it. But the experience that I was gaining here was brilliant.
I come in to seek some advice and some help. And I go to the people, the farmers, them here, and they're taking care of us. And they told me that what I have to do, and I'm pleaseful.
I'm very, very happy for this outreach here today. It is a wise gesture by the government of this country, and we really appreciate it. I have come here with a problem concerning my land, and I have a very good satisfaction from those who are from the ministry, and I think it's very, very good.
This is but a drop of water in the pool of persons who have been positively impacted by this government outreach. With videographer Kareem Peters, I am Nkosi Bruce for InfoHub.
With the outreach in full swing, residents were relieved to have their utility and land issues addressed.
It was approximately 1 month ago that the Government Comes to You outreach was held in Region 4. Today, the people of Region 6 will get the chance to interact with several government ministers and get their issues addressed on spot.
I applied for special land in Blackbush, and that's what I'm here for. It's about 4 years now, 3 or 4 years now I apply, and I hear nothing out from them, So I come to tell them what I feel. So they said that it is in process next 2 weeks ago here from them.
I was having a bill for October month of $14,190. I went to GWI office and nobody looked me there for several times. I see this initiative and the TV running and I decide to come. And they take off half of it. And I just pay 7,000 something. So it's a good initiative for help the people.
If you're coming to us with an issue that is in the system already, you want to walk with a copy of any document that you would have received from the commission. Whether it's a receipt, whether it's a copy of an application form, any document that will help us to trace your issue.
Reporting for InfoHub from the University of Guyana Tain campus, Berbice, with senior videographer Tej Paul Bridgemohan, I'm Mayana George.
On matters of security, one of the residents who spoke with DPI left the Ministry of Public Security's booth with much satisfaction as he indicated that an application was made for a firearm license in 2017.
New Amsterdam resident Compton Reed is one step closer to receiving a firearm in the best interest of his business.
As soon as I entered the tent, I was approached by one of the staffers who took my information and has promised to respond to me within another 3 weeks or so. We have to remember that there wasn't a commission at the time, you see? And it was for that reason that licenses were not really issued during that period. Unfortunately, when I received the refusal letter, it was 1 week after the current commissioner took office. Most likely, he's not the one who did handle the business, you see? But for more than one reason, I feel that having the firearm, it will serve me well because I operate a large farm and I also do export. Plus, there is some additional security that I personally need.
I am Isaiah Braffett at UG's Tain campus with videographer Anil Silal for InfoHub.
Still to come, government's outreach in Region 6 comes in for high commendations. Details of this and more when we return.
Are you ready to embark on a truly epic adventure to an undiscovered corner of South America, where some of the most spectacular natural attractions are unveiled within a beautifully diverse landscape? From the wetlands and savannas to the ancient mountains, magnificent waterways and lush enriching rainforest would provide a vast playground for some of the most exotic and breathtaking creatures on the planet, including many of the world's giant species. This untouched land of mystery and wonder serves up an exclusive experience for travelers. So are you ready for a new, awe-inspiring adventure? Welcome back to nature. Welcome to Guyana.
Welcome back. Over at the Ministry of Public Infrastructure's booth, residents of East Berbice gathered to raise their concerns regarding water and electricity issues.
We will now hear from residents to get a glimpse of how the Ministry of Public Infrastructure has dealt with their concerns.
Just a few minutes ago, I had an interaction with the Minister Ferguson there concerning the drainage on the public road of Rose Hall Town. I live on the Rose Hall Town on the public road. That drain hasn't cleaned for approximately 15 years. When you ask who owned the drain, you can't know who owned it, or you pay your taxes to the town council, and they're supposed to fulfill your thing. Well, the minister took all the information towards it and them stuff, and she said that with her team here, she would enforce that something positive comes out just in a very short period of time.
Let's now focus on a young man who has come to the ministry to seek employment.
It was about getting a job, and they received my information, and I told them a bit about myself, and I've given her my contact information, so she said that they will get back to me.
Many agencies within the Ministry of Public Infrastructure are represented here today. We will now hear from Minister within the Ministry of Public Infrastructure, Annette Ferguson, in how her ministry has responded thus far to the issues and concerns raised by residents here in Berbice.
Prime Minister Moses Nagamutu, who is currently performing the functions of president, joined the outreach later in the day where he was warmly received by the residents.
Cabinet, as you know, was in full force in Region 6 today at a regular statutory meeting, and of course we tried to make the meeting efficient so that we could all come out and fan out at the outreach at Tain campus. So here we are at the Tain campus, where we were told that almost all day there has been a long stream of people coming in and out of the various ministry booth, looking after matters that concern their welfare, from students to farmers to cattle rearers. We have people who came looking, as we had in Georgetown, the large number of persons looking for house lots and to clarify the status of their allocation that had been made, some as far back as 2012. So again, we were able to look at the variety of services that were made available to the people in Region 6. The service was varied. You had health booth, sections dealing with NIS and pensioners, generally issues concerning sports and social cohesion. So we today were able to open the government to the people.
To ensure they are connected with residents near and far, the ministers of government, along with their teams, fanned out across the region, covering communities from Highbury to Crabwood Creek.
I'm very happy that I met these 4 wonderful ladies here who gave some testimonials out of this world for the coalition government. They are pleased with the road that was promised, and they received that. They're pleased that they got water and lights, so they are experiencing a good life right now.
It's good. I mean, I'm happy that we're here. It's always good to go out and meet people. It's an important part of government. It's something that perhaps doesn't have... It's difficult to coordinate an event like this, and it can be a bit disruptive, but I think it's very useful. And I think it's something that we should be doing in all the regions. And I think that is what we plan to do.
I am doing a complete compilation of every single item of complaint. And we're putting it into a matrix. In relation to the Georgetown one, we have completed that complete matrix as my personal assistant completed it. And so the follow-up action to be taken, whether it is another ministry, the police force, the policing community groups, whatever it is.
That's all for this evening. Connect with us on WhatsApp, like and subscribe to our Facebook page for notifications, and subscribe to our website for more stories. You can also follow us on Instagram for updates. Your Bridge and Weather Reports are up next. Goodbye.